Hello, Portobello. How are we doing? Great stuff. I've been doing okay recently. The past 2.5 years have been quite challenging. My wife and I had someone move in with us quite recently, and it's been fucking horrendous. It's been very much them taking over the biggest room in the house, leaving everything where they want, never leaving you alone, constantly harassing you. And I bet you're wondering, Chris, why are you dealing with this? Because body slamming a toddler to assert your dominance is generally frowned upon. But he knows this. He's very clever. He knows the power play that's in place. So he kind of rules the roost a little bit, So he kind of runs it like a dictatorship, and with his dictatorship comes many techniques. One of those techniques being psychological warfare. So, for example, he'll never leave you alone, never. So you could just be on the toilet doing a cheeky wee squat at number 2, and all of a sudden, in a minute. Christ, can I get any release in this fucking house? If that doesn't work, then the physical torture methods are pretty good as well. So if my wife and I do anything, and I mean anything, to upset him, he'll point at a wall that we've now called the punishment wall, and he'll make us walk over to it, stand on it, and then start pelting us with baked beans, like a scene from Platoon. It's just after one after another. Oh, and you can't turn round. No, you can't turn round. The moment you do, he says, "Stay fucking still." I'm like, where did he learn that from? And my wife turned to me and said, "Well, that's the last time we're taking him to that nursery, I'll tell you that." But it's been good. A big thing is about the physical reorganization of your life, but also the mental one as well. That's a big part of it. So the only way I really can describe it is almost like having a small interior decorator in your head. Think extreme makeover instead of home edition, frontal lobe edition, right? So it's very much a case of having a tiny person in your head just going, "Excuse me, what's in here? Hi, what's in here?" "Oh, it's just where I keep all my hopes and dreams and everything I aspire to be." Get rid of that! We need all the space for your shame and torture and guilt. We need all the space we can for that. And what are these walls? What are these walls here? One labeled self-respect and self-control. Those need to go. Those certainly need to go. We need as much space, open plan space for your anxiety so we can all see it. Think of it less like feng shui and more just fucking make way, son. But it's not all been bad. I think the biggest thing it's taught me is tolerance more than anything. I think some I've been able to quell over time, some I have not. For example, one of the things I managed to quell is keeping up with the corporate presenteeism. The sort of thinly veiled hatred that you do hold for other people. You just smile away, but in your head you're going, "Please, Sandra, please tell us all about your arthritic cat for 5 minutes at a stakeholder meeting. Please, I'm sure Mr. Kibbles will want us to know what medication he's on. I'm sure." Or the dry and bland banana bread that Stuart decides to bring in every single weekend. You can't say anything because he's on the promotion board. And the thing is, my brain is just constantly screaming, "Put some fucking cinnamon in it. It's about as bland as your entire personality." But the one thing I really, really, really struggle to quell, no matter what, no matter how much I have a toddler or not, is when pet owners compare having a pet to having a child. Ooh, that might divide the room, but I have reasons for this. The way I see it is that having a pet can be quite static, whereas a child is constantly changing, There's never a time where you're going to take the dog for a walk and sit them down and talk about the birds and the fucking bees with an ice cream. That's not going to happen, is it? What are you doing, saving for a college fund or a uni fund for your dog? I don't think so. Waving tearily goodbyes for 6 months, and then they come back after studying and bringing yourself a dog named Fido with a Y. And you don't agree with their dog politics? Certainly not, no. And then over time, watch them dog graduate, dog divorce, dog marry as well. Fido takes half the toys in the collection in the divorce as well. And just watch your dog slowly but surely over time get more and more depressed watching reruns of It's Me or the Dog. And you get so fed up with it, you're just like, I just want you out of the house. You say, you're not my real dad. And I say, go to your dog home and get out of my human one. To be honest, the worst part of all of this is I think I've talked too much outside of my dictatorship. My ragamuffin ruler has probably got the punishment wall waiting for me on home. So I think that's me, folks. My name's been Chris Robb, and thank you so much for your time.
Chris Robb! Woo!